Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with a quick little video. Just a little discussion about, as you saw the title, Girlfriends. Y'all saw the title. Y'all know the show. But I like y'all don't know the show. The early 2000 shows. This is the 20th anniversary of Girlfriends. It is now appearing on Netflix. See, this is a story. What's up, Misha, baby? How you doing? This is a story about four black women coming from four different walks of life, four different experiences of black women that was out there, different colors, different ethnicities, different hair textures, different shapes, different sizes, different career paths, and things of that nature. This was an excellent show. Now, first off, let me just shout out to Girlfriends for one, featuring Gia Marie, Persian White, Tracy Ellis Ross, and Golden Brooks. Now, when this show came on initially, was not. I was watching it. I was a fan of it on UPN. I was watching it. It was produced by Kelsey Grammer, whatever. But let me tell you how I got to this conversation we're having right now about Girlfriends. What's up, Princess A baby? How you doing? Good evening to you. Um, First off, when it first came out, I watched it. I was an avid fan of it. The show didn't get. I mean, the show was kicked off of one network and then got picked up by another network, which is great. Fine. The show lasted 8 seasons, but today I'm just stumbling through Netflix. Well, it's not because I really didn't want to be on YouTube because it's just I think I'm like blah on YouTube with the negativity and the bullshit and the crap and the nonsense that's going on YouTube. So I was just blah on YouTube, whatever. So I was watching my little Netflix. Was not. I did a little live earlier when I was painting. Was not. I was in a like mellow mood, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I was going on Netflix. I watched this little show called Cuties on Netflix. If y'all didn't watch that show on Netflix, was not, I don't suggest you guys watch it. That show kind of pissed me off. Was not, but I couldn't stop watching it. It's a little movie called Cuties on Netflix. Not showing that, showing that show. But the show was kind of dark. It's kind of sinister. Kind of, I was really uncomfortable watching that show called Cuties. But when that went off, I saw that Girlfriends was now on Netflix. I guess it came on this week, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So Netflix have the complete eight seasons of Girlfriends on it. So I was watching that. Girlfriends, I watched the first 9 seasons, the first 9 episodes of it, of the first season. I still got to watch, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the season and then the other 7 seasons as well because it was really good things and some things I was forgetting and missing about. But when I turned off that, I just turned on YouTube to see what was going on. And as y'all saw on my community page, I posted an interview with all four of the main female characters now that they did an interview with Extra or ET, one of those two shows. And they will talk about their experiences and what's going on. I just found it that it was really fitting that because we heard the rumors about what's going on with Girlfriends. We heard that they were fighting amongst each other. They were bitter and things of that nature. But they kind of cleared up all those rumors. They kind of cleared up all those things. And I was just really impressed by just those women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been 20 years since they started the show, basically. Because the show started in 2000. And just the energy, the beauty, because they all look damn good now. The energy, the beauty, the friendship, the camaraderie they have. Although they have different paths, was not because we know Tracy Ellis Ross is, you know what I'm saying, probably the biggest star now out of all of the women. We also know that Golden Brooks started as the biggest star. You know what I'm saying? But although Tracy Ellis Ross had the bigger name because her mom is of course Diana Ross. But and then we haven't heard. We know that Persia White do a lot of music, was not, and she do a lot of behind the scenes. And Jill Marie does a lot of independent stuff like that. So they're all still working in their own respective rights and their own respective things. But it was just a refreshing breath of good air. First off, to see that they all look good. They all kept themselves up. They all can do, I'm saying, go out there and still work and be presentable and be beautiful as they all were back then 20 years ago. That's a good thing. But they all kept their sense of who they were then and who they are now. It's always a good thing to see strong, beautiful black women doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And have been doing their thing for clearly the past 20 years, at least since the show came out. I just found that the show that it was really interesting. It was really fun to watch. Go back to reminisce when I was in my, I'm saying, early 20s and go back that whole nostalgic thing that goes on. As you know, there's a lot of reboots now. Y'all know about the new reboot of the Golden Girls featuring Tracee Ellis Ross, Regina um, King. Who else is it? So now, who is it? Is it Issa Rae and is it Sanaa Lathan? I think those are the four women that they're doing a reboot of the Golden Girls with, which is going to be interesting to watch. I'm kind of excited to see it because to kind of see what kind of take is that is going to be on that. But just all these nostalgic things, and I think Girlfriend is something that, of course, I watched Girlfriends, whatever, but that's not the point. Girlfriends is just one of the new shows that's on Netflix that you can see and just get that whole feel of who these women were, who these women are, what these characters were, and just see how we know Joan Clayton was you know the corporate lawyer who couldn't find love, was not who had a successful career but not a successful quote unquote life. Maya was the ghetto type hood rat girl, which was Golden Brooks, who had the family, was not, but didn't really have. I'm saying the career she started. She was still in school. This and the third was not. Then we have what was Persia's name on that? Lynn. Lynn was the flitty one who had three, 4, 5 different degrees, was not, but couldn't find her place in the world, whatever, you know what I'm saying? She was kind of book smart, but not really. Well, she was book smart and street smart, but she really wasn't, you know what I'm saying, connected to the world. Then we have Gia Marie, who had this inflated, her name was, uh, what was her name? God. That was Lynn, Maya, Joan, Tony was her name. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Shaquila, baby? How you doing? And Misha, how you doing, baby, as well? Oh, Misha, cutie. It's too much. It's too much. It was too much for me. Cutie was way too much for me. It was way, way, way too much for me. I was like, I couldn't even eat my Euro plate because it was so much. Hey Mia, baby, how you doing? Cutie was a whole video in itself. And I think I'm gonna do one. I'm not quite sure when, but Cutie was a whole mess, y'all. Cutie was, oh God, it was just, oh, it made me mad, pissed me off. I was disgusted. I was embarrassed that I was watching it. Yeah. It's put it this way. Let's Girlfriends was great, y'all. Let's since I'm on Cutie and like that's invoking all type of emotions in me right now. Let's talk about Cutie right quick for a quick second. Just if I'm gonna talk about something, was that if you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch it regardless. If I say something about it or not, or you're not gonna watch it, you're not gonna watch it regardless. But Cutie was about I think it was set in France. I think it was a French movie because it had French subtitles in it. Well, it's not French subtitles. Everybody, all the credit stuff was in French, whatever. So I think it was a French type of movie. Definitely was an international movie, but it was about this 11-year-old signally, African girl who moved to France, was not into this like the low income area, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And her mom and her brother and the baby, it was three children and a mom, moved into this like ghetto type area. They was waiting for her father to come in, to move in with them, was not, from synagogue. But he was bringing his new wife because he took a second wife, and the mom was okay with that situation. So basically, the girl was having a hard time getting along. Come to terms, 11-year-old girl. She's the older, but she was having a hard time coming along with it. She met the little girl in her apartment complex, same age, was not. That the whole premise was they was trying to get on this dance competition show and like that. But it was just too much, too grown. There was a part where the little girl tried to seduce her, the guy that was coming to fix up the room for her father and his new wife, or his new wife, whatever, I don't know, however it was, but she was trying to seduce him. First off, she stole his phone, and she was texting and posting stuff with his phone. So when he found out that she had his phone, was not, after a while, she tried to seduce him. The 11-year-old girl tried to seduce this grown man so he can let her keep the phone. Unzipping her clothes, this and the third. Then when he was like, "What are you doing? This is a disgusting move. Leave me alone," type of thing. She snatches the phone, runs into the bathroom. Y'all, be prepared for this right here. What I'm gonna tell y'all. It was disgusting. Like I was literally, my skin was crawling. My skin's crawling now. So she goes to the bathroom, lock the door, pull down her pants, take a picture of her private stuff, and then she posted the picture on the web, and then gave him like his phone. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so gross. This is so disgusting. They were booty popping, bouncing, shaking, trying to be seductive, trying to seduce people. It was the movie is a whole mess, but it's a good movie because it tells a story of if you're not careful. Because her mom thought, you know, what I'm saying she was who her aunt, whatever, was older spiritual lady was. I thought she was going through a bunch of situations. Shakila, baby, it was a whole mess. I promise you, it's a whole mess. So her mom tried to come. You know how people over in like West Africa was that, and those type of countries was not who believe in spirits like that. Had I guess a shaman come in and try to de-exercise her with that. And the guy was like, basically, she's not. There's no demons. Basically, she was just attention seeking, I guess, wanting to belong, wanting to fit in, wanting to be part of the cool crowd, part of the cool kids. Baby, that movie was just. It was really disturbing. That's why I had to watch something fun and friendly to get me out of that mindset. It was a whole mess. And then her and her three girl group was not did this online dating thing where they turned the camera off, but yet they were talking to this older person as well. It's really scary. It's really scary and really sick. They were talking to this older person was not, and he was like, they were like, do you want to touch my breast? Do you want to do this? And mind you, these are 11-year-old girls. And then he was asking to turn on the camera with that, and they were like, "No, the camera's broken. The camera broke." So one of the girls accidentally, who computer it was, accidentally hit the button to turn on the camera. And so when he saw they were 11-year-old girls, he was like, you're a child. What the fuck are you doing? This and the third." And so they got mad at him because he wasn't falling for their little seductive ways. It was like it was like three or four scenes in this movie that where these little girls was trying to seduce older people. Booty popping, shaking their ass, putting their fingers in their mouth was, not trying to be seductive and cute, trying to play with their hair. You know, those little things that they see on camera. It was so disturbing. It was so like, it was so gross. It was so gross. So gross. I was so disgusted. Baby, yes, have these children, baby. It was so gross. It was just like enough. It was so much. And then when they got caught inside this little like laser tag thing, one of the security guards was like, "Okay, give me your number so I can call your parents. Let your parents know that that you snuck in here was not." And then one of the little fast ass girls started screaming, "Stop touching me! You're a pervert. You're trying to blackmail this man to let them go because they broke into a thing." You know what I'm saying? It was just stupid. Then when the other security guard came in and was like, "What's going on?" Was not. They're like, well, no, we're professional dancers, and da da da, and started doing the whole booty popping, trying to seduce the other man. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? I mean, granted, it is a good, I guess it's a good story, but I was disturbed by it. And if you have like, y'all remember the movie couple like probably a decade ago called 13 about the white little girls that was doing drugs and drinking and smoking all this stuff was not. It kind of put me in the mindset of that movie 13, but a more prevalent version of that movie 13. Y'all remember the movie 13, right? I know it really happened, Shaquille. That's what I'm saying. That's what made it so disturbing. And funny thing about it is, I I correlated to what was going on in that movie to what I see some stuff happening here on YouTube and people trying to say you want to protect these kids, but these parents aren't protecting these kids. I saw all that. So yeah, Shaquilla, yeah, it reminded me of that movie 13. So think about 13, but in a foreign twist, a foreign modern twist of that movie 13. They didn't do all the drinking and smoking and stuff those girls in 13 was doing, but damn it, it was the same premise and the same concept. That movie was a total mess, and I don't like I said if don't watch it. But I watched it because I heard a lot about it. I heard a lot of people talking about it was now. But I'm like, yeah, it can't be that bad. It was that bad. I thought it was like a at first based on what the pictures and stuff was. I thought it was like a Bring It On type of situation, like these little girls trying to go into a dance contest and do something. I know it was gonna be all that. Then the other little girl, the little main character was not the little synagogue girl was not. So Seganese, whatever it's pronounced. Um, she almost killed somebody. Because initially there was four girls. It was a little more heavy set girl than the other three girls that she was with. So when she started dancing with the little girls, they kicked the little heavy set girl out. Was not. But then after she took a picture of her private parts and posted it online, everyone started calling all of them hookers and whores and prostitutes was not and strippers and stuff like that wasn't saying that was nasty, so they kicked her out the group. So right before the dance situation, they saw the little girl was getting ready to walk to the dance competition was not the other little 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl, 11-year-old girl, and she pushed her into the river and she almost drowned. She would have drowned if she didn't hold on to the buoy. It was a whole mess, y'all. It was a whole situation where it made me uncomfortable watching it in my own home. I was so uncomfortable watching it. It was just ugh. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was disgusting. But yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, I guess it's a good movie. I will say I have to watch it again, but I can't watch it again because it's really disturbing for me. I don't want that, you know, what I'm saying burned in my image or burned in my mind. But it was just too much going on. Then they tried to seduce these older little boys. Was not. It was all four little girls talking about that. Then these four older little boys, like probably 16, 17, walked up to him, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, so they were talking to him, whatever. Then the boys like, so how old are you guys? And the little girl who didn't know any better, the little Sigournese girl, was like, oh, we're 11. And the other girl was like, no, 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 we're 14, we're 14. It doesn't matter how old you are. Hey, Chantal, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? It doesn't matter how old you are. You're still way too young to be doing what you're doing. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're cute. You got a cute butt." And da da da. I'm like, y'all look fast ass girls. Y'all need y'all ass beat. See, my thing is, you couldn't be in my house doing all this fast ass stuff and being grown and thinking you cute. And if you don't sit your legs down, put your head in the book. I don't do it, baby. It was a whole mess. It was a whole entire mess. But that was the movie Cuties I watched on Netflix. I think it's like in the top 10 in the U.S. right now. Well, it's not, but that movie was a whole mess. So that's why I had to watch Girlfriends to give me some laughter and some humor and some innocence into my life. It was a whole situation. It was a whole situation. But yeah, Girlfriends, like I said, I'm happy that it's on Netflix so I can kind of watch the whole thing. Do I have those in box sets? No, I don't have those. I have The Cosby Show. I have I think Friends. I have Seinfeld. I have Bones now. I have a lot of TV shows that's box sets. I have Charmed. I have a lot of TV shows box sets with that, but I don't have Girlfriends box set. I kind of want a Girlfriends box set. You have nieces that age, Shakila? 11, 12 years? Oh, Jesus. Oh, bless your heart and bless the parents' heart, baby. uh, thing is, my niece, when she was that age, she was doing some crazy stuff as well. That's the only reason why I am on social media. To be honest with you, that's the only reason why I'm on social media. That's the only reason why I got Facebook. That's the only reason why I got the social medias that I have was to keep track of my nieces and nephews and my younger cousins and stuff. Because when I heard that was happening was not I had to keep track of what the hell was going on. I had to keep track of what the hell was going on. So that's the only reason why I have social media. It really is to keep track of my nieces and nephews to make sure that they're not doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, or they're not falling for things that they shouldn't be falling for. Yeah, 'cause other than that, I wouldn't have social media. I didn't have MySpace. I didn't have none of that stuff. I don't do social media. I don't like it. It's too impersonal for me. If I want to talk to somebody, I just pick you up the phone and talk to you. But yeah, it was a whole mess, y'all. It was a whole mess. And like these young kids nowadays, shit, it's afraid to have young kids nowadays like that because it's a whole mess. Little girls and little boys, 'cause you never know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And if you spend all your time on social media and not talking to your kids, well, it's now not being an active participant in your children's life, whatever, you never know what's going to happen, what they're going through, what they're dealing with. It was just a whole mess, y'all. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. Like I said, I'm still like disturbed. I'm gonna have to pray on it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just a whole mess. Stop it. I mean, And the best part of the movie was when it was towards the end when the Lee's girl came to her senses, whatever, you know what I'm saying? She came to her senses because she was at the dance, the competition was like, because they finally got into the dance competition, whatever. And they were doing all this little ratchet stuff, dipping in low and humping the ground and thrusting and licking on their fingers and touching on their private parts and touching on their breasts and rubbing on their breast was not or on their chesticles, whatever, because they was doing all kind of because at first people were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then people started looking like, this is too damn much. And started like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And she finally realized what she was doing was not quite what she needs to be doing. You know what I'm saying? All the other stuff that she was doing. So she left the stage was not left the girl's thing. And then when she got home, it was her father's wedding day, whatever, because it'd be his for his second wife. And the older lady, the matriarch of the family was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What da 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 and like yelling and stuff like that was not her mom having to deal with the fact that she was getting ready to watch her husband walk down the aisle again with another woman, and they want to share this man was just like leave her alone. So she was really calm with it and beautiful too. I love when African women dress up in their traditional garb. She was beautiful. Like, go ahead, mama. Anyways, so she was telling the lady to stop yelling at her, leave her alone, stop talking to my child like that was not. And all she did was hug her child because she realized her child after the shaman man was like, "There's no demons here. She just needs some attention." Was not. She just hugged her child. Was not like, well, you don't have to go if you don't want to, but basically she had to be there because it's all about pride in the family. Was not you don't want to show that there's any type of problems within the family, whatever. Especially when you're going through it, whatever, with your man taking a second wife. But she was just trying to show, I guess, strength was not, and also love for her daughter. No, I wouldn't have. Her daughter actually not to go to the wedding was not to participate in it because she was happy with it. So I guess she did anyway, whatever. But she was told her daughter, "You don't have to come if you don't want to." So the girl changed out of the hoochie clothes she had on was not, and put on the little girl clothes like a nice little t-shirt and some jeans and had her hair all just a little girl style was not. Supposed to be grown. And went outside and played double dutch. Now the ending was kind of crazy, was not. It's always I think Netflix have some of the most disturbing endings of movies to me possible because it's always like a lifetime ending. Y'all know those lifetime endings where it's just kind of um like it's the climax and then 15 minutes later the movie's over. That's not how a climax work. I need, what I'm saying, some more situations going on. I need more. I need to know what happened to the girl in the pool. I'm sorry, not the pool, the lake that she got pushed in. I need to know what happened as far as the dance championship was. Now, what really happened? Did they lose? Did they go back to being little girls, or were they still trying to be hoochies? I need more information. But it's always a little bit of, what I'm saying, hit and miss with Netflix movies. Although they're good, it's just still, I always thought that Netflix movies is a little bit lifetimey to me. It cuts off too abruptly. I need more information. But yeah, that was crazy, y'all. Y'all got to talk about a whole different situation. This was about girlfriends. Happy that Girlfriends is on Netflix. I'm happy that I caught the taping of their interview on ET. No, it's not a documentary at all. It's just a movie. It's just a movie, a foreign film from Netflix that they turned into some type of with American words now. But it's not a documentary at all. It is a movie probably based on something. Well, it's not probably based on someone's experience, but it's just a movie, which is really, like I said, it's going to disturb you. I see what people talking about with that. It's going to disturb. It disturbed me. It was a mess. It was a whole complete mess. But I'm happy I watched it because it gave me some contextual information of, what I'm saying. Just it's nice to have a. It's nice to have some type of insight or some type of view of something different that you've never seen before. You know what I'm saying? As far as the mindset of different people and what some people may go through or may have went through. I'm saying it gives you a better understanding of that, gives you a better comprehension of that, and I like that. Like I said, I like to know and try to, I'm saying, exp- physically or not physically experience, like visually experience something or hear something was that I haven't heard before. Help me think a little differently. I like that aspect. Hey, Tex, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, it was a text. It was a mess. If you heard of the thing on Netflix called Cuties, I thought it was called Babies. I don't know why I thought it was called Babies or whatever, but it's called Cuties. If you like that, if you have a strong stomach and a strong moral character, I suggest you watch it. But if you let a lot of stuff was it was like, and I'm happy there was no child abuse in the movie, but based on like my child couldn't have made that movie. My daughter couldn't have been one of those girls in the movie. I don't care if you're an actress or not. You wouldn't be able to do all that. You wouldn't be able to be dancing so seductively. You wouldn't be able to be putting your fingers in your goddamn mouth all seductively and suggestively. You wouldn't be able to be planning your hair like you twirling here trying to do somebody was not. You wouldn't be popping nothing. You wouldn't be locking nothing. You wouldn't be humping nothing. You wouldn't be grinding on nothing. You wouldn't be twisting, twerking, or shaking nothing. It was a whole text. It was a whole mess. He said, "Okay, I'll check it out." But I said, "Be prepared, baby. Be prepared. Don't say I'm go in knowing that you're gonna be like I didn't. I went in not knowing what I was watching. So when it came on, I'm like, oh my god, what's going on here? Should I be looking at this? It was mess. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. It was a whole mess on the ground. You know that dance move that you on the ground where you like humping and you hitting the ground and you humping it at the same time? Uh-uh. Slipping and sliding, arching your back, tilting your butt up in the air. Not my child. I don't care if you're an actress or not. You better find a different role. You better go to the Disney Channel or something. You ain't even doing this on film. And that's all they was doing. That's all kind of like I know that's how the little kids dance now, but it just even put me on myself like that's how the kids dance nowadays. That's how the kids dance. It's a whole mess. People think shit is cute. That shit ain't cute. It was a whole mess, y'all. A whole complete disaster. Well, not really, because I mean, it was a good movie. Because I think that it teaches. I think if I was a parent watching a movie, whatever, it would have me keep a close eye on my child. If I was a parent watching a movie, then it would have me monitoring my child a bit more, monitoring my child's friends, monitoring what's going on. You're right. You're right. You know, and with the mindset of what's going on in this world right now was not. I wouldn't be having my child on film. I don't care if you are, if even if it's a movie was not, and they give a good message was not. Hell, shit, have somebody else's child give put that message out there, whatever. I'm not gonna sit here like 11 years old, lipstick on, eyeshadows and stuff, midriff showing, just grown, just too grown. Not my child, not my love precious babies. Mm-mm. Won't do it. Will not do it. It was a whole mess, a whole mess. But yeah, if you want, like I said, if y'all have a strong moral compass and strong sense of what's right and wrong, I suggest you watch it and pick out what not to do. See, like I said that's what I said. Like I learned what not to do based on watching what I think is wrong based on what I've seen. You don't always have to experience everything firsthand to know how to handle it if it comes to your path. You know what I'm saying? As long as you know what not to do. You found it. Ooh, text is a whole bunch. Hey Fifi, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Fifi, have you seen the movie on Netflix called Cuties? If you haven't watched it already, baby, I'm just warning you now. I'm just warning you now. It's a lot going on in that movie. A bunch of grown ass little girls, 11 years old, booty popping and popping their coochies and rubbing on themselves and suggestively licking their fingers and lips and twirling their hair and carrying on. Little fast ass girls. Not my precious little baby child. Not on this day. It was a whole bunch of mess. It was a whole bunch of mess. Are you watching it now, Tex, or are you just looking at it? I won't say boycott it. See, thing is, this whole council culture is ridiculous to me. I think there's a lesson in everything, and we have to find a lesson in it. Now, if you have kids, I would let my kids watch it. By no means. Okay? Okay, Tex? Right. Okay? And that's oh, well, give them privacy. You get privacy when you have your own, when you pay your own bills. As long as I'm paying for stuff, what's not, you don't got no privacy. There's no locks on these doors in my house. If I say keep the door open, keep the damn door open. Exactly. There's no privacy. There's no privacy whatsoever. You don't. There's no privacy in my house. You know, if I say keep the door open, keep the door open. Well, it's not. If I say if I choose to take the door off the hinges, that's what I would do. Don't play with me. When you get a job and pay your own bills, that's when you have privacy. That's when you can do what you want to do outside of my house. As long as you're up in this house, I don't care how old you are. This is my castle. There's only two kings in in this castle. There's me and my husband. Everybody else, shit. Oh, she was discussing at 18. So Fifi, you know, I'm telling you, them y'all think I'm playing. Fifi said her daughter's 18 years old, and she was disgusted. It was, but the thing is, like Fifi, your daughter was on probably like me was that she was. I was disgusted as well, but I couldn't stop watching because I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I'm like, this is really on TV right now. This is what we refer to. It was a mess. It was a whole mess. It is. I think it's a funny thing is that that's that. Although I'm watching on TV as a movie, that's how some people really do live their everyday life. Oh, she didn't watch it. She just heard about it. Well, look at that. By the time they started getting to the stuff that I found extremely disturbing, like the girl taking pictures, like the 11-year-old girl trying to seduce the grown man to keep that phone, and then running in the bathroom and doing what she did with that phone and herself, and then posting it. Like the other stuff was now, I'm like, okay, this is saying I know that what goes on because it happened when I worked in the school system. Trust me, I can tell you stories about the kids that I ran across in the school system when I worked inside the classroom. That in itself, I know what goes on. Well, it's not. Ugh, Jesus help me. But when she started taking pictures of herself and posting it online and thinking that shit is cute, and it was a whole mess, y'all. It was a whole complete mess. All kind of angles. You're absolutely right about that. Texaco is we're in trouble from a lot of different angles, whatever. And people think that things are cute. It's not cute. You can watch it, Shaquila. Mm, mm. Yeah. She tried to watch it, but she couldn't do it. Hold up. Always wanted to ask you what does that mean? It's just something I say. But it's not. It's kind of like a transition phrase for me to get from one point to another point. It's just a transition phrase for me. Just a little transition phrase. That's all it is. Just a little transition phrase. But yeah, I mean, it was disturbing. I was gonna do a live reaction to it. When I was watching it, I was gonna stop it and come online and do a regular live reaction. But I was like, no, I don't want to subject anybody to watching this movie. I just tell them about it. Yeah, it is. All right. Just a transition phrase. My little own colloquialism. But yeah, I was gonna do like I did the watch with me on with the movie with Omar Epps and Nia Long. I was gonna do one of those, but it was just too disturbing. My mouth was just open. I really couldn't even speak about it. Yeah, I didn't do it. I was gonna subject anyone else to watch that. I was gonna subject anyone else to watch that. It was just too much. It was just too much. Like I'm like, ugh. But thing is, the reason why I didn't like I got lessons from it was not, you know what I'm saying? Because I always try to get lessons from everything that I do or experience or watch, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, take in what I can to help me learn something for the betterment of myself and then discard the rest. But The movie itself didn't explain a lot. You know what I'm saying? It didn't explain. Like we can come to the conclusion why we thought she was acting the way she was acting, or why she was acting out the way she was acting out was not, what the mom was going through, how the mom was reacting and acting was not. But the movie didn't explain it to us. The movie didn't, you know, walk us through anything for closure. No, My Name is King with Chadwick. No, I didn't watch that one. I tried to watch. What's the other one? Um, what was the last movie on Netflix? We tried to watch it, but we like got like a quarter through it and just turned. It was just I couldn't watch. I understand it, but it's called King. Is it on Netflix? Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was just a whole like yeah. It was just uh, to me. It was more sensationalized than thought provoking type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It was just showing us all the salacious aspects of being an 11-year-old girl that's lost, opposed to giving us the tools to help an 11-year-old girl that is lost. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? That's the same one, Five Bloods. That's the same one that's King. Because I tried to watch it and I just didn't understand it. Like I got to as far as first of all, I didn't understand. I understood what it was. Chadwick died. You know, so I know he was dead when the four older people went back to where they go again? To the Asian country they went to. North Korea, South Korea, wherever it was. Seoul. Yeah, Seoul. Seoul, Korea. When they went back to Seoul, Korea, he was dead by then. So the four older men was that went back to that to retrieve the goat, but he was there with them as a young man. I didn't understand what was going on. I was confused. Did you like it, Fifi? 'Cause I didn't understand it. I didn't understand. I thought it was too much going on with that movie that I couldn't understand. I didn't understand at all. That movie was like it was. I was confused. Then the fight scene when it was having the people in the jungle with the gold, and then they hit the gold. Why was the gold there for so long? I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. It was I was confused. Oh, you didn't watch that one? Oh, okay, you didn't watch it. Well, that one you probably can watch more so and probably enjoy it more without being disturbed than the other one is. But I just didn't understand what was going on in the Five Bloods. You know, he got a lot of play when he passed, but I couldn't get through it. I don't understand what was happening. Maybe that was just me, but you know, my husband didn't understand either. So it was like, okay, I guess maybe it was us. Oh, King one. Okay, I have to watch that one then. 'Cause I definitely understand Five Bloods. I mean, I guess they was trying to recover everything for in his name's sake, or the case maybe it was not the gold they found. Hold up. Hmm. Can't tell that. That would tell too much about my personal business. But yeah, I recently had a correlation with the whole gold thing that they had. He plays an African. Okay, is that on Netflix or what streaming service is that on? But yeah, but yeah, I'm happy that Girlfriends. I mean, y'all did watch Girlfriends, right? Y'all watch Girlfriends with Tracy Ellis Ross and Golden Brooks and Persia White and Jill Marie. Y'all watch Girlfriends? Netflix? Okay. Have to check it out. But yeah, Girlfriends is on Netflix now, you guys. The complete 8 seasons is on Netflix, so you can watch it on Netflix all the way through, commercial free. Um, I posted an interview of the 4 women on my community page that they did recently. I think was it last week. Yeah, last week they did an interview with Entertainment Tonight. I posted that interview on my community page. You know, I just think that um, that was one of the great sitcoms of my generation. Probably past my generation. Because I think yeah, if 2000 yeah, I'm older than that. I was 20 years old when it came out, but I really did enjoy it. Yeah, it's on Netflix, Shaquila, if you want to catch up on it. But yeah, like girlfriends, living single, living color, you know, those part of my, saying young adult hood. You know what I'm saying? And what made Girlfriend so good that I was really impressed by even back then was it was executive executive produced by Kelsey Grammer. The guy who did y'all know Kelsey Grammer, the guy with that's Frasier on Cheers, and then had his own popular show called Frasier, based out of Seattle, and who was married to the housewife Camille Grammer. Well, divorced her on the show basically from the Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, Beverly Hills. Married to her, Camille Grammer. They had 2 kids that they had artificially inseminated because she didn't want to lose her body. So, but I was thoroughly impressed that he was the executive producer of a pretty much all black cast, all black female cast, I should say, with all black female leads. So I was kind of impressed that he did that. You better check it out like that. Like that. After watching that disturbing little movie, I I was scrolling through Netflix trying to see something that what I'm saying, that will make me get in a better mood, and I ran across Girlfriends. My husband said it came on this week. That's when they opened it up this week, Girlfriend. So it was really good, really interesting. It was a refreshing and breath of fresh air to watch something like that after watching something disturbing. Fifi is beautiful. All her pictures are beautiful. All her pictures are beautiful. But yeah, I didn't want much. I just want y'all to come to y'all talk to y'all about Girlfriends and let you guys know that it's on Netflix and want you guys to check it out. We got we also talk about Cuties, which is I don't suggest you watch it around children, but if you're gonna watch it like with the open mind that it's not something that it's not a feel good movie. But that's why she do. That's why her excuse was because she was a dancer. She was on like one of them MTV go-go dancers that like when back in the days when MTV shows was popping and they would have the little dance clubs and the dance stuff. She was one of those dancers. And when she married Kelsey Grammer, she didn't want to lose her body, so therefore she wanted kids, or she thought that well, I guess she thought that he wanted kids, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So she um used her eggs and his sperm to artificially inseminate, you know what I'm saying, a surrogate. So they had 2 kids through surrogates. That's what happened, baby. It was a whole mess situation. It was a whole situation, a whole mess. So that's why, and I guess I don't know. Don't give me a line. These housewives storylines, that was the storyline on Housewives. But yeah, Girlfriends is now on Netflix. You guys, please check it out if you guys have Netflix. Show those ladies some love support, and we definitely would like love to revive their careers and acting. Because of course, Tracy Ellis Ross, you know what I'm saying. Her career is already booming, whatever case may be. But we know Golden Brook tried to revitalize her career with that. What was that movie she was in? Not movie. What was that TV show that reality show she was on? Yo, what was the reality show that Golden Brooks was on? It wasn't was it R&B Divas? No, it was with her. What was that show she was on? It was a reality show with her, Elise Neal, AJ Parker, Countess Vaughn. What was that show? The reality show. James used to always review it. What is that show, y'all? Jesus, what are you doing that show? Was it R&B Divas? Hollywood Divas. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Captivating Christian, baby. How you doing? It was Yeah, it was Hollywood Divas. She was on that show, Hollywood Divas, and that didn't do much for her career because basically made her look like a whiny, what I'm saying, uptight. What I'm saying, someone who think that she is deserving of more than what she deserves, and think that she's talented, more talented than she actually showed us that she is. But Hollywood Divas. That's that show. And yeah, so she was on that, and like I said, we know that Persia White is more into doing a lot of music stuff, but doing a lot of music stuff behind the scenes. hmm But yeah, check out what I'm saying, those girlfriends on Netflix, and what I'm saying, hopefully it can revive their careers and help them, what I'm saying, get some more exposure and things like that. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and also check out the interview they did on you know Entertainment Tonight. And I didn't know that because I don't watch Blackish, but I guess they did a little like a mini revival of Girlfriends on the episode episode of Blackish was not. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? It's nice when you can take care of, you know what I'm saying, people that you like you have that camaraderie with. Like I said, this is that 20th year anniversary. So that's how it got released. So that's a blessing in itself. But yeah, you guys, I didn't want much. It was 1:30. I know it's so late. I didn't want much, you guys. I just want to come to y'all really quick to talk to y'all about, saying, Girlfriends, and we touched on the movie Cuties on Netflix. And now I got something else to watch called King on Netflix, starring Chadwick Boseman. You know what I'm saying? So, got something to watch tomorrow, I guess. But y'all, I need to get to bed so I can get ready up and get ready for work tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. Of course, as always, this is your boy Food Junkie. I love you guys for being here and being respectful in the chat. It's not enough that I love you guys. It's more so important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else. Until next time, you guys, y'all have a great evening, and I will definitely talk to you guys later. Until next time, y'all, this is your boy Food Junkie. And good night. If y'all haven't liked, I really like on the way out, you guys. I definitely appreciate it. Peace out, y'all. Bye bye.